Hi there, I'm Peter Millard, and in the workshop this week we've got another quick vlog style video for you where I talk you through the aftermath of a mammoth spraying session. That's coming up next. So just a quick sort of talky type video today. Still lots going on, still lots to do. I got my Drape back last week and did a lot of spraying with it. I posted a little snippet of video to Instagram. You might have seen that, and also to the Patreon page, just to show you what was going on. But basically, I had got the spray booth set up in here, and forgive me walking and talking. We've got sort of some stuff drying behind there, and we've had stuff. Oh, there's also a big long sort of 3 meter desk shelf thing down there. And also out here in the other room, we've got painted stuff just sort of everywhere really. It's all over down here, all around here and down the back. Got the bed base and the backs and everything. And these two big pieces, two big side pieces of a cabinet that I've made. I just couldn't physically get them in there and get them out again while it was painted because there just wasn't space to do it. So what I had to do was basically mask off an area out there and spray them sort of in situ. But what I thought I'd do just quickly is, again, just pop this in a corner just to show you and give you an idea of what it takes and how long it takes to actually clear down the spray booth. It's really interesting actually, the amount of spray on, hang on, show you this, the amount of paint that comes off. Oh, haven't got a, bear with me a second, just going to clamp you onto something. You see, that's what a table saw's for clamping a camera to. And we'll just zoom you in a little bit on this one. The amount of paint on here that gets stuck onto the plastic is really amazing. The Graco is a great sprayer. Graco's a great sprayer, but it does throw out an awful lot of paint. And so yeah, that's pretty amazing. It's like a piece of vinyl off a seat cover or something. Incredible. It's really thick. It must be a couple of mil thick. And that's just, obviously that's paint that hasn't made it onto the surface of the thing that I'm painting. I hate to think how many litres that is there, because it's not cheap, this stuff. Anyway, it's done a great job. I kept the air quality monitor, the new one, going while I was spraying, and again with the new filters in these fans, the air quality didn't deteriorate below about the sort of 1800 mark in the sub-third of a micron category. And in fact, even now, I'm just going to give you a quick view, zoom you in a bit. Yeah, even now it's below 200, which is pretty amazing. Obviously, it's relatively early in the morning, and that will probably, I'd expect that to rise as I start to clear up and move the air about a bit more, although I've been in for a little while already. Anyway, I'm just going to pop you into a corner and let the video run just while I clear up, just to give you an idea of how long it takes really. So let's do that. Need to find somewhere to clamp you. I'll come back to you. Okay, that wasn't actually too bad. I don't know how long that took. About 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. What's interesting though is even though everything, the overspray is massively reduced, and we can see, oops, flip it around, take a look, even with the moving about, the air quality monitor is only showing a couple of hundred in the sub third of a micron. So yeah, a couple of hundred in the sub third of a micron category, so not bad at all. However, there is still some overspray. There's always going to be some. And you can see on the bench here where it hasn't been covered. And obviously that's actual paint rather than overspray. You can see the sort of the shadows of where things were. So yeah, so there's obviously still some paint dust in the air. I think that's inevitable. There's absolutely nothing you can do about that. But certainly the new seal on the tip of the Graco seems to be making all the difference. And it seems to be working really well. It's spraying really nicely. I don't know if I can show you the finish. It's really hard to show a finish without shining a light directly on it. And I've got the wrong sort of colour in this side. But this is the other headache that I've got, is that over in here, which is where the spray booth, the knockdown spray booth gets stored, this thing, of course, that is now full of painted panels. So I've got to put those somewhere so I can get the knockdown spray booth out of the way. So then I can get those panels in here to start the construction. So it's not an ideal situation, but you know, it is what it is. But there we are. It took about 10-15 minutes to put that down. I've got about the same again of just tidying up and hoovering and bits and pieces. Then I can sort of get on with my day. So that's the story so far. Sorry, yeah, just to follow on a little minute. Whilst there is obviously some paint dust coming through the back for the fine filters on the spray booth, the vast majority of it is being caught either by the initial filter or the secondary filter. You can see this. So I'll be cleaning those up, I'll be hoovering those off before I put them away, just to make sure they're nice and tidy, because we don't want that kind of paint dust spreading around anywhere. So when it comes to moving the painted stuff out of the way, and I'm sorry about the colour in here, it's a really horrible mix of fluorescence and daylight by the door. And when it comes to moving the painted stuff out of the way, generally speaking, when you've got a surface that's unpainted against a painted one, that's never a problem. I've never found it to be a problem. Where it can get a bit dicey is when you get a painted both sides piece against a painted panel. That's when I typically need to use a little bit of cardboard or Corex just to protect it so as it doesn't get too sticky. It's actually down here where it's touching. I'll also put a piece in this side as well, just to make sure, because it is kind of depressing when you've got two panels that are being beautifully painted, and they, as you pull them apart, they go and it screws up the whole paint finish. Don't ask me how I know that. So these bigger pieces out of the way, then I can move the smaller ones next door, and then I can get the big spray booth sorted. So what's that touching? It's touching there. Okay. Bed base in. Back of the bed base. Oh. Okay, a bit more to do. Simples. Now I can start building stuff. So yeah, that's the extent of the sort of clean-up time and the rearranging of the workshop after a spraying session in order to get on with the next phase of the job. I need to construct as much of this cabinetry as I can to make the installation easier, as I've only got one day to get this installed. So yeah, I need to get on with that. Need to put the bed base together to check that that fits okay, and I might be able to shoot a little bit of video on that. I will if I can. But really I just need to get on with it. We'll see how the time goes. I've got the next job coming in as well. So, you know, I need to make space for it. The treadmill never stops basically, but that's all part and parcel of being a one-man band, carpenter, cabinet maker, and trying to punch above your weight, working out of a small space like this one. But that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.